know why I started recording, and then I was immediately like, I should take one more bite of yogurt.
Because, of course, like, why anything else? She didn't spill the yogurt. Don't look at her. Stop looking at her.
Don't look at me. Stop looking at me.
Stop looking at her. It's fine.
This was my treat when I went to the store this week.
Ooh.
It is pumpkin spice Greek yogurt.
Oh, she's a fucking
basic
bitch. She's fancy basic. So a couple differences this go around.
Just a few. So not only do I have a new setup.
I was like, Paula's got a new setup and better lighting this time. I'm in a couple of shadows, and this isn't even my place. Shout out to Dune. Thanks, homie. I'm in the process of moving right now, which is a shit show. Couldn't find my makeup today. I'll even tell you what I told Paula. Couldn't find real pants, so this is what I got on. And
you're like
Beetlejuice
bike shorts, I feel like. And
yeah, they are bike shorts. They are my bike shorts. It's all I had. And I reached in and found this shirt first, and I was like, you know what? We're fucking rolling with it. Because while moving is insane and stressful and a shit show, I was like, I still just want to take a break and watch some Star Trek. So we're gonna figure this out.
We're doing it.
So
at least you have an excuse. My room is just messy. I just have we probably talked about this in previous videos.
A lot of props.
But I have props all in here from the videos I've been working on for 3 straight weeks that I'm almost done with. I've delivered 2 of the 3 videos.
Hell yeah.
But I need to figure out now what to do with these props. Do you want some camping equipment? So, hi everyone. Welcome to the Gallifrey Gals Get Warped.
Oh my gosh.
That's Katrina.
I'm Katrina.
Let's cry some more Star Trek Connection Relation. We are
What's
up? So we're on episode 7 of season 3 of Star Trek TNG. This episode is called The Enemy.
The Enemy. I feel like it's gonna have to do with the Ferengi or like I don't know.
Have we seen the Ferengi yet this season?
I don't
think we have,
so.
Right?
We haven't.
I don't think we have.
So maybe it's Ferengi or maybe some Klingons, or I doubt we're gonna see the Borg right now. That seems too early on. I feel like they're gonna save that.
Kind of like how they pull out the Daleks at the end of every season.
Yeah.
We don't see the Daleks all season long in Doctor Who, and then in the finale, they pour out. They literally pour out of the rip in the time space.
So yeah, I don't know. The Enemy. All right, I don't know. I got no guesses. I'm so fried, y'all. I'm just so ready to watch.
Watch it.
TNG.
Hey, real quick. You can get your own shirt. We have a merch store. Go check it out on our website, gallifreygals.com.
I got nothing. All right, guys.
I definitely want to show you this episode. So let's
fucking do it.
Let's watch it.
Romulan. What the hell are they doing in the Federation sector?
Romulans. That's
Romulans. Traces of tritium residue.
Oh my god!
Into the mud.
Some Batman shit.
4 minutes to beam up. Where is he?
And his glasses are off. Or his visor.
Same thing, really.
Oh, it's always so crazy when we do actually get to see his eyes.
Yeah.
I want my glasses.
Very Velma moment.
Oh my god, they're gonna have to leave him. They only have so much time. Oh my god.
War! Commander Riker!
They're gonna have to leave him.
Are the Romulans
I was gonna say,
planning something?
what's gonna happen with Geordi? Like, what's he gonna find? Or who's gonna find him? Oh, I always love when we get to see what he
I was
sees.
just thinking about that, how cool it is in situations like this where you get to see through his visor. Because he gets to see such interesting things that we can't see with our own eyes.
Yep.
It's really cool.
Oh god, there's just mud everywhere.
That wardrobe was so mad.
What
the fuck is
like
that?
working on Vulcans, but there are subtle differences. Too many of them.
Can you treat him?
He has cell damage to vital areas. He's going to need a transfusion of compatible ribosomes in order to recover. We're setting up a schedule to test every member
Science
of the
words.
crew.
Geordi, you motherfucking
He made a trough.
badass.
He put some rocks in it. He melted them, and he's made himself some a climbing spike. Pretty fucking cool.
I'm straight fucking shook right now. What? Holy
That is
shit.
some
But that means now he's gonna
Eagle
be on the
Scout shit.
surface. And the surface is what affected the other guy. Phenomenal.
That's some serious upper body strength too.
That's absolutely fucking.
You can't tell me there's not a
Anything to
lady
cut
who
through the
wants to
storm.
date that.
Come on.
Some way to get a signal through to him.
A neutrino pulse. We could build a portable neutrino source and send it in a probe to the planet's surface. It'll act like a beacon.
Make it so.
Make it
I feel
so.
like we haven't heard him say that in a while.
Yeah.
I have a new transmission on a parallel frequency to the
They both
distress
turned
call
around
from
so
service.
great.
No, sir. From inside the Romulan zone. We should be able to view the transmission.
Obviously, he wasn't alone.
Tomalak to Pi. Captain Picard. My apologies. Had I known you were in this sector, I certainly would have advised you before crossing the neutral zone.
Indeed.
I'm sure you will understand when I explain. One of our ships had a slight navigational error and apparently crashed on Galorndon core.
Slight
Worf is
navigation.
mad.
Light. Yeah, he's
Nearly
like.
half a light year past the neutral zone.
I assure you, Captain, no aggression was intended.
Oh my god.
Yeah, Jordan's up
He
against
had
some shit.
the worst day on set for this fucking episode.
Imagine. Wardrobe too is like his costume is just ruined.
It's done. Look at it. And now it's like wool, you know?
Probe has reached the surface, sir.
Wesley Crusher. Thank you, Wesley.
That's that quote.
There it is.
Beforehand, I looked up memorable quotes, y'all, and I was laughing because one of them is just "Thank you, Wesley," and I was like,
And we were like,
"Okay."
there it is. I mean, that's fairly
It was a nice
memorable.
moment. Yeah.
It's a good.
Thank you, Wesley.
Ah, no!
The fleet's in, Commodore. Sky's full of Federation ships.
You're lying.
I never lie when I've got sand in my shoes, Commodore.
I never lie when I've got sand in my shoes. That was another
I'm
memorable
taking
quote.
that. Yeah, I'm taking that.
Seriously?
There's a snake in my
Fantastic.
boots.
Only way out of here.
Is his DNA closer?
We have finally found a compatible ribosome match for the Romulan, but only
You,
one.
homie.
You.
That is impossible. I am a Klingon.
I understand your feelings about the Romulans, but this is not the time or the place.
If you had seen them kill your parents, you would understand, Doctor. It is always the time and place for those feelings.
This Romulan didn't murder your parents. And you are the only one who can save his life.
Oh, Worf.
Then he will die.
There are times when it's necessary to die for one's ideals.
Mm-hmm. Other
Do you believe
times.
this is one of those times?
Put the gun down.
Come on. Let's go find that beacon.
Seriously.
What if someday the Federation made peace with the Romulans?
Right? Like, what are you gonna fucking do?
Impossible.
How do you know?
That's what your people said a few years ago about humans. Would you and I be here now like this if we hadn't been able to let go of the anger and the blame? Where does it end, Worf?
Yeah,
That
Riker.
Romulan dies.
It's on your
Family
hands.
carry the bitterness on another generation.
How do we locate the beacon?
With his visor. It doesn't work.
We don't. Do all humans give up so easily? Bahra, we're lost. Unless you've got something that can smell neutrinos. Adapting the neural output pods of the visor is tricky work. It can't be done by touch.
Be his eyes.
Then I will be your eyes.
Yeah! Oh, he's so shaky.
Bearing 350. We did it! The first Federation Romulan co-venture.
Damn.
The storm may be breaking. With any luck, there'll be an electromagnetic window opening up and we can get out of here.
If you order me to agree to the transfusion, I will obey, of course.
I don't want to order you.
I just want you to
But
do
I
it.
ask
Like,
you,
I want you to want to do it.
Yeah.
beg you to volunteer.
I cannot.
Oh. Fuck.
Scanners are showing a window, Captain.
Expected duration.
9 minutes, 40 seconds.
Worf.
No change in the neutrino beacon signal, sir.
Romulan ship
Disappointed in
approaching,
him.
bearing 354, mark 287.
On screen.
I will not leave without him.
He's dead.
He's dead.
Oh!
All shields to maximum.
And Wesley's gonna be like, the beacon came back!
Lock phasers on target.
Phasers locked and ready.
Captain, the signal pattern from the neutrino beacon is modulating.
It's Geordi.
We can't transport him with the shields up.
If we lower our shields, the Romulan will strike.
Gotta go boom, boom.
Electromagnetic window on the planet is closing, sir.
Who will make the first gesture of trust?
Picard.
The answer is I will. I must lower our shields to beam those men up from the planet's surface. No one is going to harm you.
You have my word on that.
There's so many.
Geordi's
Well,
like, yeah, you better not fucking
Commander.
touch this guy.
Yeah.
Because he just
He has
saved
been in
both
any
of
way
our lives.
mistreated.
Good to have you back, Commander.
It's at least a step in
Good
the
to
right
be back,
direction.
sir. Actually, I have Centurion Bahra to thank for it.
Wow. That was wild.
I've been really excited about getting to this episode. I don't know how many people's like top episodes list this episode makes. I don't know that many, but like for me, this isn't my favorite of the series. We haven't gotten to it yet, but this is one of my favorites. I genuinely really love this episode. I know I should be letting you give your thoughts, but I'm just really excited that we've watched this. Of all the episodes of all 7 seasons, like, you know, that's a lot of episodes of a TV show. It's like, what, 26 times 7? Do the math real quick. I'm not going to. It's a lot. And there are some that you kind of forget about, and there are some that you just remember. And this is one that I just always remember. I just think it's so beautiful to watch Geordi and Bahra
Put their differences aside. Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's really beautiful. And at the end there, when you see they've almost become like, almost like the beginning of a friendship. Like I just love it so much.
It's
especially after the previous Geordi episode. And then we
Yeah,
get this
which
one.
was
You get to
not
see Geordi in
very
such
good.
a more interesting light, I think.
Much more interesting light than just a guy looking for a date. There's definitely much more to his character here in this story.
You are obviously allowed to feel however you feel about the episode.
Oh no,
man,
absolutely.
I love this one.
I really, really enjoyed it. It was really good. Because it took it in some direct. Like I really hoped that Worf was going to change his mind. Like I really, really hoped that was going to happen, and it didn't. They killed the Romulan, and I was like, "Oh fuck, that
apparently." When Michael Dorn, who plays Worf, first got the script, he was like, I don't think this is what Worf would do. I think the honorable thing is giving blood. And I think that the audience is going to look at Worf like he's a murderer. But the writers and the producers were like, didn't want to change their mind on it because they felt like he was seeming too human.
Yeah.
And
there still needs to be, you still have to have character growth. You still have to give him the opportunity to have that growth, which means we're going to see, you know, we're not always going to see him in the best light.
Well, and it's also like if, you know, a way to showcase that Klingons might have a different moral code and do have a different moral code than humans. And so I guess in the end, you know, Michael Dorn, it supposedly, you know, looked back on it and was like, no, I think this was the right decision for the episode. But it's interesting that at first he was like, well, I don't think this is the honorable thing. But
I think
that's interesting.
I think that's the actor speaking there. That's Michael Dorn speaking and going, no, but I would do that. And it's like, but would Worf? Because he's that kind of.
Also, one could argue the Romulan didn't want. Romulans are like Klingons. They want to die in service of their country.
He literally said,
their culture.
He literally said, let me die with your throat in my hands. So he could feel like he was
like dying in battle. They're like the same in that way. Yeah. And so it's like one could argue. One could argue that it's more honorable to let him die than to force him to take the ribosomes of someone he doesn't want. You know, you could make that argument.
My petty ass would have been like, oh, I'm sorry, you don't want my blood?
Ribosomes.
Oh, now you get it. Here it is, bitch. You can live with it. I definitely I would have those petty thoughts.
What about that moment where you can tell in the office, in the ready room, that is that his ready room? No, that's Picard's office. Whatever. My brain is scrambled. But that I think Worf wanted to be ordered to do it.
Yes.
And Picard
totally
wouldn't do it. You could tell when he expects at the end, he's like, okay, I'm going to do this and it's going to be fine.
Lieutenant, he said, okay, what?
Yeah, order me. I'm ready. And Picard was like, no, this is on you. I'm not going to let you out of the responsibility of this situation by ordering you to do it.
Yeah. Like as your captain, I just looked you in the eyes and begged you. He literally said, I beg you to make this decision to do it. And Worf still turned it down. And Picard's like, fine, that blood is on your hands then. And like, even just that little bit at the end where we didn't have to see Worf take him to the room, but just making Worf go with him.
Yeah.
It was just like that little punch where it was just like, you see what I have to do as the captain for this ship? Like I have to make these risks and I have to calculate these things in my head for what's right for the greater good. Because that really is, even if it's a minor step, it's a minor step in the right direction for the Romulans and the Federation to have some sort of like relationship.
There's some kind of common ground.
Something, you know, like again, even if it's just a fucking little minuscule moment, it's still better than nothing. And especially like Riker said, where would you and I be if the Klingons hadn't changed their mind and we are where we are now? We would be enemies.
Yeah.
You know, and they consider each other good friends. So it's like,
it's tricky because, you know, I'm certain that if it was just, the Romulans and the Klingons used to be at war with each other, it would have been different. But it was because
it's specifically because his parents were murdered.
He witnessed Romulans kill his parents, basically.
And it's like Riker being like, so are you going to blame every Romulan for that? And he was like, yes. And it was like, okay. Like, even though, like, you know, he like sat there and like questioned him and was like, even though all of these aspects, and also by choosing what he chose to do, Worf only continued the cycle.
Yeah.
Because now he's responsible for a Romulan's death, who could have been someone's brother, who could have been someone's parent, who could have been
just like The Last of Us too.
Exactly.
However you feel or don't feel about that game.
So good. I'm like, so good.
Yeah.
So yeah, like it was just, that was crazy. And fucking Geordi, man, like again, I already said it, but like what a day on set.
Man, right?
Wow.
His character got to be so resourceful. And gosh, when they was like, I'll be your eyes and I'll be your legs and we'll work together. And it was just.
And even Geordi wanted to give up.
Yeah.
And it was the Romulan who was like, do humans really give up this easy? Do you really and he almost gave him that hope and that little push of like, no, we can do this together.
Yeah.
It was just so fucking cool. So fucking cool.
It was really
wow.
So yeah, his name is Bakra. I did say that right earlier.
Okay.
So one last little thing is apparently the earliest draft of the script had Troy being trapped on the planet with Geordi. And Geordi, I think, being blind earlier, and the two of them interacting with the Romulan. And I guess Troy was Marina Sirtis, who plays Troy, was pretty excited about that and was like, oh, I'm gonna get to do such cool, interesting things, blah, blah, blah. And then when they got the final version of the script, she has like 2 lines in the whole episode. And she was like,
that sucks.
And she felt kind of like, well, this is an example of how my character isn't being used properly. But
yeah. And
that was kind of interesting.
That would have made the episode a lot different.
It would have been super different. Yeah.
It would have been way different with her down there. I would have, and I still would like to see something for her coming up in this next season. I hope she has a moment to kind of shine. Because while it would have been cool to have Troy there, I really dug it just being Geordi.
Yeah.
Like
Geordi
there was
on
just
his
something
own,
about that
dealing
that
with
was
this-
really fucking cool to see how resourceful he was, to see, like that was just like really cool.
And he wouldn't have been forced, if there were 2 of them down there, he wouldn't really have been forced to rely on his enemy.
Exactly. They wouldn't have been forced to work together. And I think that is a much more interesting story.
Yeah.
Than having Troy down there, because then Troy would have just ran the whole thing. She would have, and she would have done it beautifully, but it just would have been so.
It would have been different. Yeah,
would have been so different. So sorry to her, but also kind of glad it didn't have her in it, because I really did, especially after the last episode we had of Geordi.
Yeah, it's nice to get to see him really shine. So this is it's one of my favorite episodes. I really like this one. I don't really know how other people feel about it, but I really like this one.
You know what? We really like this one, and we never lie with sand in our boots.
But I lie with sand in my boots. There's some sand in my boots.
That was so good. He was so serious. He was like, I never lie with sand in my boots. And I was like,
what was this page say or the other?
Thank you, Wesley.
Yeah. Commander Tomalek, it would appear our away team has rescued a 2nd man from your 1-man ship.
Yeah, that was really good. His little sass there. So good. Yay! I can't wait to keep going forward.
Yeah. So that was episode 7, The Enemy of season 3, everyone. Thank you for watching with us. Thank you, people who support us on Patreon. Thank you for that. If you would like to support us on Patreon, you can do that. Patreon.com/Gallifrey Gals. I can never remember if there's the in it. I will never, apparently. We've said it a million times and I'll never remember. And you will get access to full, essentially unedited versions of us watching these epides. You can see all of our thoughts the whole time.
It's something.
We ramble sometimes.
So fun little treats and little. We're gonna probably start watching a couple original Star Trek episodes.
Poll up for people voting on some original series.
Patreon is definitely getting that way before YouTube. So,
alrighty, y'all. Cool. Well, thank you, everyone. I don't know. Should we be saying things like, if you liked this video, click the like button. Have you subscribed to the channel? I'd love to hit 10,000 subs by the end of the year.
Hit that bell to be notified of any episodes. And it would be really cool to hit 10,000 by the end of the year.
It would be super awesome. So anyway, thank you. We appreciate your support so much. And we love you. And catch your Gallifrey gals next time.
As we boldly watch what no new has watched before.
Make it so.
Bye-bye.
Hey guys, thanks so much for watching. If you liked this video, go ahead and give it a little thumbs up. And if you want to be notified when we post new content, go ahead and subscribe to our channel and hit that little bell in the corner.